InVision mashes up collaboration and design. Canva goes directly after Adobe with a desktop product, and Adobe doesn't even notice. That and more on this week's PLG123. Let's dive in. So tab one. Tab one is from TechCrunch and is about InVision's new product called Freehand. Freehand was released back in March, but with a huge surge in usage following the pandemic, InVision has added a whole boatload of features into the product with a huge new release. Now, to be totally honest with you, I had not seen Freehand before, but the first thing that occurred to me was that there's a lot of similarities to other whiteboard-oriented products we've seen have spikes in usage recently. These include Miro, Mural, even Lucidchart, and a number of other players. But here's where InVision does it differently. InVision takes the whiteboard and it takes its design products and says, you're probably doing some collaboration on the whiteboard, maybe even some rough sketching, maybe a freehand sketch, hence the name, and then you're gonna wanna translate that into a real design. And so it helps to expand the usage, but it also helps to capture a lot more usage from non-designers on the freehand side of the house and to bring everybody under the InVision umbrella. So what initially looked like a copycat strategy to me is actually a pretty strategic product move. Tab two. Tab two is from Product Hunt and is the release of Canva's newest product, Canva for Desktop. Now, Canva has had massive explosion over the last handful of years and is looking to expand its surface area with different products for different screens. Canva's always had its web-first product. At the end of last year, they released a mobile app, and now they're releasing a desktop app. Many have said that this is a goal to get on the dock in your computer, which is where the Adobe Creative Cloud lives largely today. So if I'm Adobe and I have Canva that might be trying to disrupt me from the more casual user perspective, and if I have Figma and InVision and others that are trying to disrupt from the more professional angle, it can create an element of Adobe potentially being squeezed. The design wars are something that we're all continuing to watch, that's for sure. Which brings me to tab three. Tab three is from MarketWatch and is about Adobe's recent earnings announcement. While all this disruption talk has been happening, Adobe has been busy hitting all-time highs with their stock price. So while we're all obsessed over the design wars, Adobe says, we got this in the bag. Their stock just hit an all-time high in the past week or so. Look, one thing is for sure, there's going to continue to be a ton of disruption and a ton of innovation that happens in the design space because design is so important to all digital products these days. While so many people are trying to take down Adobe, they are incredibly entrenched, but there's a ton of capital and a ton of innovation going into players like Figma and Canva and Sketch and InVision and you name it. So where does this go? Where does this play out? It'll be interesting to watch, and we're keeping an eye on it here on the PLG123. That does it for this week's episode. Make sure to follow me on LinkedIn for more PLG content, and stay tuned for next week's episode drop of the PLG123. Thanks for joining, and hope you guys are all having a great week. Take care.